And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wade, and that fine gentleman, that dude, that guy,
Rum Guy.
That's right. Oh, man. It's awesome to finally be back talking, actually, to be honest with you guys. I'll tell y'all straight up right now, we hadn't been on a show yet in almost a month. Like, seriously, this is the first time we've been together for a month. So, and we got a really, really kick-ass guest coming back to the show. MHOG family member himself. Smo, what is up, buddy?
It's the return of the killer. What's up, fellas?
Not much, man. Not much. We're glad you're back, dude. Seriously, we're glad to have you back on.
Man, so good to be here. So good to be in company of like-minded, like-energy people.
Very cool.
That's right.
Very cool. Well, man, speaking of energy and like-minded, you were on an amazing adventure the last time we were talking. You were getting ready to leave, and I'm assuming you left.
Where did I go?
You went on this trip, man. You were going.
Yeah, you were leaving Tennessee and heading away.
Man, I've been on a lot of trips since then.
And then I've talked to you intermediately throughout your trips and stuff, and I've seen like you in like a camper, and then you doing this, and then you hanging out over here, and all kind of stuff, man. You've been doing like the world tour.
Smo on the go.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I think maybe where I was headed last time we spoke, I may have been heading out to Oklahoma.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
So we went out there and planted the flag, made it Smokelahoma. And we've been growing out there, you know, like the energy's growing, the people are growing, the plants are growing, everything's growing. Oklahoma.
What do you contribute the energy to? I mean, where is it coming from? I mean, around you. I mean, I know you've done big changes with your life, but
I mean, you know, it's just, I guess, like just the universe, like the sun, you know, it's kind of like what makes you get up out of bed in the morning. It's the sun. So the energy source is really the same for all of us, man. I'm driven by the sun. I love to be in beautiful places and hang out with, you know, cool people. And I don't know, the universe, the energy's all around us, man. It's like the problem is most of us stay so distracted.
Yep.
You know, and
I mean, there's things out there that can distract us from our happiness. That is fucked up, man. I can't believe that. I can't believe.
So, you know, the energy's there. You know, you just got to be aware of it and don't be scared to grab it. And, yeah, I've been trying to get people to, like, just see the energy in front of them. But people feel like, you know, like the energy's at the gym. Like they got to get up and get in the car, go to the gym, find the energy. You know, the energy, it's always, like, right there in front of you. You just got to choose to, like, grab it. So I've been grabbing the energy everywhere I go and trying to keep everybody in a positive, you know, state of mind and a positive state of goal setting.
I think we all kind of need that after this past, year and a half?
Almost 2 years, man. It's been a pain in the ass for 2 years. You know, us over here in Louisiana, we got smashed by that damn hurricane and kind of shut down us all over again. And then, you know, we of course we still got this stupid pandemic shit that's going on. It's getting less and less, and then people are fighting over the shot, and it's. I just wish people would shut the fuck up sometimes. Just go outside, like you said, and just enjoy the day.
Well, yeah, that's, you know, the pandemic didn't bring that on. I've wished people would shut the fuck up for a long time. You know,
well, I mean, me too, man. But I'm just saying,
the pandemic just turned the volume up,
right?
You know, because there wasn't anything else, so you just tuned in, and like everything got so much louder, and it just got so much less of what it once was.
Yeah. It's like more people had a voice at that point because they had nothing else to fucking do. So we were like, okay, well, let's listen to this guy, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of people got, you know, more famous during that time because of their voice.
Yeah.
You know, I chose to just sit back, you know, first year of quarantine, we gardened for the whole year. I had 2 gardens going, and then winter was a bitch, and, you know, snow and ice was pretty bad. So we just hibernated, you know, and then we wound up putting on, of course, you know, 2020 was my year 1 of being a vegan.
Right.
I dove into the pandemic, which the pandemic probably helped me achieve that. You know, I don't want to glorify the pandemic, but I will say that with the help of the pandemic, I was able to achieve a better place for myself physically, mentally, and health-wise.
That's good.
So I don't think that I would have been forced to stop the way that I was with the pandemic in any other situation. Even when I had open heart surgery in the middle of being on tour, that only had me down for 2 months, and I was right back to work. The pandemic, you know, I haven't been to work since February 2020.
Right. That's fucking crazy, man. That's so crazy to think about that kind of shit.
Yeah, and you know, it's always like at the end of some shit like this, you think and you're like, man, I wished I would have done 50 sit-ups a day during the pandemic. I'd be fucking
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess the one thing that I have, well, not the one thing, but the most predominant thing that I have that I feel most positive about is that dietary change and that lifestyle change of going vegan, you know, or plant-based, whatever you want to call it.
Well, you know, I'm glad to hear someone's got some, you know, I mean, you had gotten something positive out of it, because, you know, a lot of people, including myself, it was that first like 6 months, man. It took us a while to get out of that fucking doom and gloom section. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, fuck, dude, what are we gonna do? Everything's shut down. Everybody's getting sick and dying. We gotta lock up people, you know. And once you finally got free of the mental part of the whole thing, then you started to be able to, you know, make yourself feel a little better.
Right. And then everything turned political.
Right. Yeah. Then that fucking gasoline fell on the fire, you know?
Yeah. So we first had to deal with our own mental stresses of, you know, what the pandemic was doing to us as individuals,
right,
as humans, you know, and then as a nation, like after the first year of that, we find ourselves on the back end of that. And the ones who survived were, you know, we feel a little bit stronger and a little bit more confident in our ability to survive, you know, some fuckery like that.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they hit us from the side with a whole handful of manure, and it's all political. It's like, and then we're all just sitting back like, damn, you know, we've all moved on. You know what I'm saying? But like the politics can't even move on from this shit. So now it's become, you know, like you were saying about the vaccines and the mandates and the boosters and the, you know, I mean, we're still arguing about fucking masks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so as a nation, I don't think we've grown much at all. As individuals, I think the ones that were able to sustain good choices and good decision making during that time evolved and grew. And I think the people that were not going to be able to make good decisions or evolve, pandemic or not, are in the same fucking predicament. You know what I'm saying?
Or even worse, some, you know, and you know, it's crazy. It's like a lot of these people that I hear, you know, I hear them, like, I hear both sides being in the job that I work at, because, you know, we are requiring people to come into our business because we see so many people a day. They have to wear a mask to walk in, you know, vaccine or not, we don't care. Just to make sure everybody's safe. We just want to make sure like that. So we hear on either side when they walk in, oh, I'm fully vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. We're like, okay, you know, we get that. And then other people are like, I'm not going to, you know, wear a mask. I'm not going to get vaccinated. You know, I don't want the government to tell me what to do. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. Can we just sit down and take care of your animal and you stop bitching at us, please?
The government tells you what to do on everything else. And I'm not pro-vax or, you know,
right,
by means. But I mean, like, come on, stop saying I'm not going to let the government, motherfucker. say that with your taxes. You know what I'm saying? I think that you're so powerful to say, well, I'm not going to do what they say. Okay, let's wait till tax time comes and see what you do then. Like we've always been bitches of the government. We got no choice, like if you want to, it's kind of like pay to play.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they're standing there holding the jar and the invoice and every time we turn around. So like when, and this is a weird way, it's a weird thing for anybody to have to form an opinion about because it's such a strange reality. But like people who are just like, they stand on that, I'm not going to make anybody make me do like we've all had to get vaccinated to go to school. We had to have shot records as a kid. Sure. I understand it's some brand new shit, and I'm not putting no brand new shit into me. And that's just kind of where I stand on it.
Right.
And that's not even me leaning on the fact that, like, I'll claim I'm a new found vegan, and that shit has human shit in it. I'm not going to put some other person's stuff or whatever, wherever you got that shit from. I'm not going to put it in my body. I'm not even going to swerve on the, like, I'm vegan. I'm just going to say, I don't trust it. It ain't been long enough and I ain't going to put it in my body.
Right.
The
That's
other
understandable.
stuff that I was forced to, or my parents were forced to see that I was vaccinated about was some old shit that had been around for a long time. They worked out some kinks and shit like before I even came around. So, and I'm not familiar with them, with the, like measles and
measles,
pox,
mumps, all that chicken pox
mumps,
and all that shit. Yeah.
All that 1920 and 30, 40 shit. But, like it's necessary. So, like we've all had to get vaccinated and shit. And we got to get our animals vaccinated. And, if you run a farm, you get your cow, it's vaccines are all over the place. So it's just that, everybody's been given the grand wizard tool of the fucking internet to stand on top of their fucking soapbox and protest their knowledge that they burtled directly from their asshole and just fucking smear it all over the wall with no repercussions. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's so true.
If we would have done the internet like driving and would have made a motherfucker get a license before he could just
get on the internet, yeah.
Like there could be accountability held. You could when you fuck up, there's a strike on your license, and then, but they didn't do it like that. They just opened the gates and was like, fuck it, let's let kids have porn and let's let everybody talk mass amounts of shit with no accountability, and let's and what they don't understand, it's like you're doing like character suicide. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get on the internet and you just openly, publicly smear your shit on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
That stuff doesn't go away. It just hangs out there forever.
Yeah, and your character is on the chopping block, man, because people will find out who you are, like, because you're dumb enough to say, I'm this person, went to this school, work at this place, married to this person, got these kids, go to this, all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they tell you exactly who they are, where they are, and all that shit. But like
stick figure families on the back of people's cars. You know more about them driving behind them than you should.
Yeah.
So the big problem here is that they've given the all of society like a megaphone to just voice their uneducated opinions on, and that's kind of where we're at with this vaccine, with the pandemic and the vaccine and politics, everything that's going on. I don't get Gabby Petito's murder, all this stuff. It's like I shouldn't even know about all this information.
I shouldn't even know who the girl is. I shouldn't
know.
My wife came into, I was editing one of the shows. She came into my office, the studio area, and was like, yeah, I'm live following this murder live streamed. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, she's like, they're live streaming from where they found the person.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
got Dog the fucking bounty hunter on there.
Of all fucking people, dude. Of all people.
Fucking kidding me? Like
he is the Chuck Norris of bounty hunters.
Yes.
Not only has this been completely blown way out of like reality just by putting it all over the internet. Now you bring in Dog the bounty hunter, I think I know where this guy is, and it's like just everybody cashing in. I saw so many, like some special ops guy who had a show escaping these crazy things, and it was like, we're gonna talk to him for an hour solid about what it's like to escape situations like this. And I was like all these people just cashing in on this
poor girl's death.
This poor girl's death that I don't know her. And, you know, like I could have gone my entire life without knowing about all of this.
Right.
But we're all forced to consume this program that they constantly reel out for us every day in the form of media. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be news, whether it be entertainment or whatever. Like, you know, I know way too much about Alec Baldwin shooting someone on set.
Yeah. I was like, God damn, that like I read the thing, and I was like, and all of a sudden my whole news feed was full of that
Alec,
shit.
You know, and I'm a fan of his, but like I don't want, you know, it's just weird the way that we're fed all this information and then we're overfed, like, you know, and it's no different than eating terrible food.
Right.
They're already feeding us terrible food as a society, you know, and they feed us terrible media, but then they overfeed us. And then you get the same problem as when you overeat terrible food, we all become sick people.
Yes.
You know, and whether that comes in the form of depression, addiction, suicide, you know, rage, domestic, whatever. Like we're sensitive, like globs of cells, and they're just oversaturating us with poison.
You know what, man? You know, man, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to name this episode "Sensitive Globs of Cells" because that was the greatest line I've heard in a long time.
That's all we are, man.
It's just so like, fucking cool.
We're all just a bunch of like sensitive ass globs of cells and water, just, you know, trying to figure it out. And you know, here we are. We would be perfectly fine just in existence, right? But you add all these fucking formalities and all these rules and all these make-believe ass governments and dollar signs and you know, these fame and fortune and fucking poverty and homeless. You add all that shit. Like we're simpler than all that. You know what I'm saying? Like this issue that we live in, we created it ourselves. It's all man-made fuckery.
Yeah.
And as individuals, you know, you might not be able to like save the world. You know what I'm saying? But like you can fix your fucking self.
Yeah, there's no saving something you have no control over.
Right.
Correct.
Like I don't have control over what my neighbors do, right? But like over here, I run my shit how I run my shit for myself. And I've started doing that in a way to where I benefit rather than I become less than, you know, like I've started to really reap the benefits of a better lifestyle, a better diet. Like, yeah, it would be real fucking easy to go down to Three Corners Market and continue to get gravy and biscuit, fried eggs, and country ham. That shit sounds delicious. But, you know, I want to be alive in 10 more years when maybe one of my kids has a, you know, kid and I can be a grandfather and like, you know, and I know that for me, when like I had a eating problem and I food, like my food consumption was terrible. Meat on meat. It was like meat, eggs, dairy, cheese times 3 every meal. And like, I just knew that was my downfall. No more than someone who has a heroin addiction knows they shouldn't call the dope man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you gotta figure out what it is for yourself to make yourself a stronger, smarter, healthier person, and you gotta like really dive in on that. And for me, it just happened to be the diet. And you know, I don't want to glorify the pandemic, but shit, if I was still like, if I was on tour and was trying to be vegan, like, man, it should be hard.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It'd probably be really difficult to do it on tour, man, because goddamn, I mean, where are you going to find, like late night shows, you finish like, fuck, I'm hungry. You go to Denny's or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just using it as an example. It's like they don't have too much vegan shit on the menu at a Denny's or a late night anything,
No, which is why me and my wife started to convert the tour bus into a tiny home. That way we could just travel in it, whenever we get back to doing some shows, we can just travel in it, and then we're in our home.
That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, because if I'm in my own kitchen, I can make food all day. Like, as long as I've got veggies and rice and beans and stuff like that, and fruit, I'm good.
Right.
I could whip up anything, and it doesn't take a lot. People say eating healthy is very expensive, but it's actually quite cheap. And it just doesn't take a lot once you figure out, that food is just fuel. It's not a party. It's just to make the next turd. And that's it. So once you figure out what works for you, and you can cut it down. Like, I could really live off of black beans and a brown rice and broccoli. I mean, I could probably live off of that.
No shit.
Man, I love it. I eat so much of it. I'd have to have like a sweet potato too, probably.
Well, yeah, you got to have that, man.
But it's not hard, and I hate to just be on this diet thing. It just happens to be like my past couple of posts on my Facebook. I had a song come out this week that was a vegan.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that a little bit, man. The meta.
Yeah, man. So the Meta Burger. It's a vegan fast food joint in Denver, and like, let's be honest. If I'm in Denver, I'm there to smoke a lot of weed, and the one thing that as a vegan you really want when you've been smoking a lot of weed is fast food.
Right.
And I wouldn't eat Meta Burger every day. I wouldn't eat Meta Burger once a week. I'd probably eat Meta Burger once every 3 weeks, maybe once a month, if even that. Just because I don't really, after being plant-based for going on 2 years now, I don't really do the imitation stuff. Like the first year you really had to lean on Impossible stuff and Beyond stuff. And then you realize, like, into your second year, you're like, that shit's just as bad for you as the real stuff. So I'd stop eating all the processed meat.
Right.
And I know Meta Burger's processed, it's a processed plant-based meat. But it's fucking delicious, and they've got vegan cheese fries, chili cheese fries, for God's sake.
What?
Yeah, they got chicken, they got non-chicken nuggets. Like, the thing is like, this song's old. This song's like, shit, baby, how old is the song? 2 years? Like 2 years old.
Nice.
And the video is even like a little over a year old. So watching the video, I was like, damn, I was fat in that video compared to what I am now. I was like 280 in that video. I'm 240, so I'm like, man, I'm way slimmer than I was in that video. But, like, I like shit like that, and the rapper that reached out to me and wanted to do the record with me, Hundo.
Yeah.
He's a vegan rapper, and he was like, bro, you're vegan now? I was like, yeah, man, fucking, trying to do my plant-based thing. And he was like, man, you got to come check out this restaurant. I went and checked it out. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, I could get down on this. And this was when I was new to being a vegan. And so we wrote the song, and it was dope. I mean, like, what do you think about it?
I loved it, man. I thought it was great. Like, it made me want to go eat this stuff. Like, really. Yep. Like, I was like, man, I even went and checked out their menu, and I was like, there was like a Hawaiian burger or something in there.
Yeah, the island.
Yes, that sounded fucking great, dude. I was like, man, I would tear that up.
So if you pay attention to the lyrics, what I'm saying? I say what was it? So I'm talking about a lot of their menu items and everything.
You do talk about that one for sure.
Yeah, so I tell you, what I do is I come up with I thought I had the lyrics for it right here. I came up with like a smo, yeah, here we go. I came up with like the meta smo burger, and it's the double Godfather. So they have a Godfather burger.
I heard that.
So
Yeah.
you get two Godfather patties, and you put all the with the island toppings. So they have an island burger. So you get all the island toppings, which is like a red onion and pineapple.
Yep.
And then with the supernova bun with the meta sauces. So they've got like their own meta sauce. So it's like the Godfather with the island toppings on the supernova bun with the meta sauces. That's the meta smo burger.
Well, I know if I'm ever in Denver, that's where I'm going, and I'm going to get that burger that you just said.
Yeah, man. Tell them that Smo sent you. Give them the code SMO Motion, and you get 10% off.
Oh, nice. That's fucking cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man, we got promo codes out here and this shit. So yeah,
some extra music too, not just that one. You've been keeping busy.
I have been keeping busy since the last time we spoke.
Yes.
So there is some things we can talk about. Let's talk about them. Did I have the classics out yet, or were we talking?
You had mentioned it last time. You said you were getting ready to put it out, but you didn't have it out yet.
So it's out now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's out. You can check it out everywhere. It's streaming on all the streaming places, and it's on YouTube and all that stuff. So I wound up doing Kicking It in Tennessee, Country Boy Swag, which had never been out for stream anywhere. It was only on YouTube with a music video.
Nice.
My Life in a Jar, Old Dirt Road, Small Town, Dirt Road Code, which was never actually released for streaming. It was only on a SoundCloud.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then Honky Tonkin'. And what I did is I took all these songs back into the studio. We reproduced them completely, live music on most of them.
Wow.
A lot.
That's good.
Live. And then recut the vocals, and rebuilt some of them. Like, back when these songs were fresh, that was back whenever we were doing 3 16-bar verses and long ass choruses, and songs were like 5 minutes long. So making these new ones, I had to cut them down, to just fit the format of what everybody listens to. So Kicking It in Tennessee is now 2 verses, and it's got a dope ass guitar solo. Country Boy Swag, which was only 1 verse on YouTube, now has featuring Mr. Sneed on the 2nd verse.
Nice. You worked with him a lot.
Yeah, that's my brother from another. Just got 2 beats off of him last night. About to start working on some more Sneed stuff.
Awesome.
My Life in a Jar, we cut that down to 2 verses and put a very dope bridge on it. And the music from My Life in a Jar is amazing. Old Dirt Road, I left it exactly how it was. I left it 3/16 because this song is probably, out of all of these, this one was a real important one for me to redo because it was like a real pivotal point in my life where I overcame a lot of dark shit.
Gotcha.
And I felt like a lot of people nowadays might be going through that same similar darkness. And I wanted to throw out a little pinnacle, like a little beacon of light.
Yeah.
So Dirt Road Code, dope ass song. Small Town has a dope ass video that we shot.
I like that video. I watched it the other day. Probably when you dropped it. When it went on what was it, Instagram. I saw it pop up on Instagram and I went and followed it. Yeah.
So Small Town was a lot of fun. That was the first like music video that we have shot since COVID, where we had a lot of people involved. And then Honky Tonkin', super cool to revisit that. I got to play harmonica on it. I played harmonica on a couple of these.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, the classics came out, and then I don't know if let's see what else. Boss Hog came
Oh,
out last week.
yeah, I was about to mention that one. I was like,
Yes,
that's a good
Boss
one too.
Hog is kind of, I'm in my pro cannabis part of my life where I'm pretty open about it, more so than ever. And in Oklahoma at Fresh Harvest Grow, we shot the video, in the indoor grow.
Nice.
That's my shout out to Jay in Oklahoma, all my Fresh family. We actually have an entertainment company that we just started out in Oklahoma, Fresh Family Entertainment, and got some artists that are coming out of the OKC area that's super tight.
Nice. Looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of dope stuff going on in Oklahoma, especially if you're pro cannabis.
Well, when's the Smo World Tour happening?
So we're looking at next spring. I'm hoping that next spring, we'll know where we're at with COVID. We'll know where we're at with these mandates and these vaccines. I'm going to start rehearsing this winter, and I'm going to be working with the artist Wade B. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No, not familiar.
Check him out.
If you're not, please go check him out. He just dropped a song and a video called Real One. And man, this is like my anthem right now.
Oh, cool.
It's on some real positive stuff. Check him out. Wade B.
All right.
Wade B.
Yeah,
right.
Wade. So, we're trying to put together the mega tour for next year and the Kinfolk tour, and it would be me and Wade and maybe a couple of other artists, one band with a DJ, one show, 3 hours long, no stage changeover, no opener, no headliner, just a circus of music and entertainment.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. If we're gonna get back, if we're gonna jump back in, we're gonna do it on our terms, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it the way that we've always wanted to.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. Well, you guys, whenever all that starts, man, let me know, because I would love to try to get you guys out here for sure. Any kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're gonna be looking to travel everywhere as soon as it's available for us to safely do. And it's hard because to get ready to go out on tour costs so much money. It's like you can't get ready to go on tour and not go on tour because it'll cost you.
Yeah, there's a few people that I've seen online. The guy, you're familiar with the band Green Jello, right?
Yes.
Well, he just had to cancel his tour because of something happened with the tour guy, the manager or whatever. They didn't get him to secure them the tour bus, and they had to get off of the tour, and it cost him out of pocket almost $14,000.
Wow.
He was fucking furious.
Yeah,
So
it's tough
mad.
out here, especially when you're the boss, man. Like
Yeah.
when you're running the ship, you got to be real certain about it because, I'm going to spend $5 to $10 grand getting ready to go on tour.
Oh yeah.
Just in rehearsals and new merchandise and, new equipment and all that stuff, like 10 easy just to hit the road and do a run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you got to be real sure nowadays that that's what you want to do. Otherwise, just sit still and write records and put music out. I mean, I was able to put all this music out really because I wasn't touring. So I just sat back and worked on my shit and wasn't in a hurry and put these singles out and, let people do what they want with them.
Right. Kind of chumming the waters a little bit, man.
Yeah, it's still very much a content race out here. Like, seems like the more content you can just shit out, the better off you are. But I don't know, man. I like to take a good shit, not just I like to sit and think about what I'm gonna put out, and really put some thought and some good energy into it. It'd be real easy for me to just sit down and write rhyming words and throw stuff together, but it's art. It means more to me than that.
Well, as I say, you've been doing it a long time, so yeah, of course it is.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you out and about, and I'm looking forward to hearing everything you got coming at us. I think it's going to be great. I think you're smart. Wait until spring. I think that's like you said, that should pretty much show everything. All the cards will be on the table by then. I have a feeling.
Yeah, we'll know where we're at by then, and I'm gonna just prepare for it anyway. This over the winter, just for good measure, and for good fun. I mean, I miss performing.
Yeah.
I've got a couple gigs. Me and Afro Man got a gig down in
nice
Mississippi in a couple weeks.
Really? Well, where at in Mississippi?
Shit, I don't even know. Some port.
Okay, all right.
Shit, I don't even know, man.
Gulfport.
Gulfport. That's it.
All right, that's about 2 hours away from me, man, or 3 hours away from me. We drive to Gulfport for the weekend sometimes, man. So
shit, I'm gonna be in Gulfport. Me and Afro Man, and then my artist from Oklahoma, Hugh Glass. Also, give him a look up too. Hugh Glass, which is also the name of Leonardo DiCaprio's character in The Revenant.
Oh, nice.
Not to be confused with that actual person. Hugh Glass is just a rapper. His real name is Zach.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. If you later on remind me, send me wherever you guys are gonna be, and maybe me and my wife will come out there. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I know it's in Gulfport. My buddy Greg, who put on the Kinfolk Cruise and the K2 Cruise, it's his birthday, and it's like National Sasquatch Day or some shit like that. He was like, "Oh man, I'd like to have you and Afro Man come out and do this thing." And I was like, "Yeah, man, count me in. I'll come out and do whatever with you, man." I'm trying to see if he's got any advertising.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know. I really couldn't tell you where the gig is. Actually, it's very terrible of me.
That's all right, man. I can always look it up, and that's not a big deal. I mean, like, we get information from Gulfport all the time, so I'm probably pretty sure I can find it.
Nice. Well, he's got a restaurant down there somewhere, and a venue and some apartments and stuff. So he's gonna be putting me up for the weekend, man, showing me a good time. I love my boy Greg. He looks just like Jason. What's the dude's name in Ozark?
Jason Bateman. Yeah.
Yeah, Greg looks like Jason Bateman.
Don't tell my wife. She had a crush on him after watching that damn Ozark show.
Yo, what a great show! I can't wait for the next season. And just real quick, if you don't mind me sharing a movie review with you.
No, man, please. Of course, go for it.
Went to the theater this week. Watched the new Halloween.
How was it?
Fucking terrible.
Really? Okay. All right. This is what I was hearing. Like, everyone, like, I got mixed reviews. People either really, really loved it or they really, really fucking hated it.
If they really, really loved it, then they really, really loved part 3.
Yeah, probably.
The one that had nothing to do with Michael Myers. You remember that with the masks?
But you know what? I kind of dug that one.
I did too, but it didn't need to be a Halloween movie.
No. All right, a funny thing about that is why that was done that way. Michael Myers' story was supposed to stop after 2.
Right, exactly.
And then the next series of Halloween films were supposed to be individual films that were different things.
Stories.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they were like, well, this one didn't sell, so let's go back to Michael Myers.
Yeah, and let's reinvent that story. Let's give him a niece. Let's give him a tattoo.
Right.
Let's give him a cult. Let's give him all this weird shit. But this new one. So if you just take the last new one and this one as I would say, there was the original part 1 and part 2, which was just one movie.
Right.
And then you take this one, which was part 1 and part 2, which is one movie. Also, I believe that's also how they shot it. So this one was absolutely fucking terrible. It had the dumbest script ever written.
Wow.
Terrible fucking lines. I mean, at one point it was like, we've got to go kill him. And she was like, we need a car. And he said, I have a car. I was like, who the fuck wrote this? I said that shit out loud in the theater. I was like, who the fuck wrote this? If I see Danny McBride, I'm going to slap the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he was going to pop out. Yeah, come on.
Like, motherfucker, like, you, all that talent, all that budget, all this, and this is what the fuck you come up with?
Do you think they did it on purpose? Do you think that it was
campy on purpose? You mean
it was campy on purpose? Because I've noticed that with a lot of late remakes or late continuations of some horror movies, it's always like they want to spoof themselves, parody themselves a bit. I'm not quite sure why. I guess because people nowadays don't take these things like, they don't look at them like art anymore. They look at them like they're jokes.
But that's not how the first one was done.
No, it isn't. But it seems like as later, like even
the new first.
See, I haven't seen the new first one.
See, I didn't either.
One before this one, it wasn't done like hoaxy and parody like. It was like legit. I loved the one before this one, like where Jamie Lee Curtis and her daughter and her granddaughter and.
Right, I've heard a lot about it, and I've heard it was really, really good, but I've never watched it.
I can see we're doing a lot of remakes with these things. Like there's I Know What You Did Last Summer new series.
Yeah, that's coming out.
They have a new Scream movie.
A new what?
Scream.
Yeah. That was filmed right down the road from him.
Scream, like with the old cast.
Yeah.
You know. I'm excited about Matrix 4. I ain't gonna lie.
I am too. And you know what else I did? I watched. I did watch a new movie. I watched the new Dune.
Ooh, how was that? Because it looks complex.
I loved it. I thought it was great. You know, in my personal opinion, you
didn't understand it, did you?
Oh no, I did. I loved it. It was great. It's actually the first part though, because it does say it when it says Dune and then it says part 1. So when it ends, it's only just basically we just begun kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you've watched the original Dune and then you watch this one, it's cool to see what new things they've done with the characters. You know what I'm saying? Like
spice.
What's that?
Are they still mining spice?
Of course. I mean that's the whole purpose.
Do they know that spice is just bath salts?
Is what?
It's just bath salts. Remember when they had bath salts?
Yeah.
Everybody was smoking spice.
Spice, yeah. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Those idiots.
That was so dumb. But no, it was a good movie, man. I enjoyed it. I mean, of course there were flaws in it, but I mean it was still a decent film. And all these people that are bad-mouthing it online saying, you know, oh, the old movie is so much better. And you know why the old movie's better to you guys? I'm just going to say that right now because you grew up with that movie. You know, I mean, of course, it's going to hold a special place for you because of how good the film was back then. But you got to sit down and look at it with an open mind when you watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they're trying to reinvigorate the kids, or not kids, but I guess you could say millennial adults. Into something, you know.
It was chock full of that.
Yeah.
It was fucked up. I'm not on top of being a shitty movie. It was fucked up. Okay.
Halloween?
Because the new Halloween.
Oh, okay.
They made it so fucked up. And I wish that you had seen the one before this one. They did a 30-minute this was the dumbest fucking movie. I better not start raging on this. This was the dumbest fucking movie I've ever seen. At one point, every crawling critter of Haddonfield was in its hospital, right? And chasing of small, elderly, bald man around the hospital because they thought it was Michael Myers, but it was the fucking Umbrella Man. They made a 30-minute fucking part of this movie about the Umbrella Man. The Umbrella Man is in part 1 of this new series.
Oh my God.
He was a fellow inmate at the psych place
when
in
Michael
part
was.
1 when the bus crashed and they all got out and the Umbrella Man was one of the fucking escapees. 30 minutes of the new Halloween was about all these people chasing the fucking Umbrella Man. And and all kinds of people. It's not him. It's not him. They're like, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I wish I had a nickel for every time they said, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. And I was like, yo, it's like, it sounded, I swear it sounded like they were using like protest, like Black Lives Matter, like, bro, I'm telling you, when you watch this, they say it so much that they beat into your head. And then they bring back Tommy Doyle, right? From part 1,
right?
The kid. They bring back Tommy Doyle. He's a fucking chode, right? He's a worst fucking actor I've ever seen. This piece of shit. Just as soon as he opened his mouth, I told my wife, I said, let's get the fuck out of here. And she was like, we ate mushrooms. We probably shouldn't leave. And I was like, shit, you're right. So I stayed to ride that out. So Tommy fucking Doyle and then Lindsay. Remember Tommy and Lindsay from part 1, the original? So it's got them. It's got the nurse that was with Dr. Loomis.
Wow.
Full of old cameos.
Yeah, a bunch of cameos. All of them fucking dead. All of them dead. Oh my God, Tommy Doyle. And then they used like this. They had the whole town that was like, we're tired of Michael fucking up our life, and the whole town like hunting him down and like Frankenstein. Yeah, like Frankenstein. And then they like set him up and they catch him and he's like got his mask off. It's like this once again. Like every angle of like his beard or his back of his head, but never see his fucking face. And he looks sickly. Like at one point in the movie, he just looks frail. And I'm like, Michael Myers isn't frail. He's old, skinny. And then he's like, they set him up and the whole town circles around him and then they're going to beat his ass. And there's Tommy with the baseball bat, and he's fucking whooping on him. And of course, Michael don't die. Of course, he don't die.
No.
And don't call it Halloween Kills. Michael don't die. He don't die. And I hate to spoil it like that, but you knew.
Well, no, because they just fucking announced Halloween's End.
Oh my God, yo, I'm done with this franchise.
Well,
let me go back to this one thing. I do love the original because I grew up on it, but I love Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I liked it too. I don't care what everybody bitched about how terrible it was, but I thought it was really good.
I thought they could have stopped fucking with it after that and left it alone.
Now he's got Addams Family.
Who?
Rob Zombie.
Get the fuck out.
Not the Addams Family, the Munsters.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Munsters. Right.
I was about to say the Munsters. That makes sense.
Yeah,
but I wanted to share my opinion, man. I'm sorry that it turned into a rant.
Well, now they've remade new is Candyman.
Yep. I heard that was garbage.
My wife wants to watch it. I'm not into it. It's that Peels dude or whatever.
Oh, he's doing it. Okay.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that good. Everybody said, like, all the horror fans are hating on it.
I'm not into it, man.
New movie that could be filmed here, which is another classic horror movie that no one ever really fucking talks about.
Which one?
The Omen.
Ooh, I love that movie.
Dude, that's some of my favorite shit. As a kid, I remember like the scene of the kid knocking the lady off the stairs and shit with the bike.
What about Nanny hung herself out the window during the birthday party?
Fuck yeah, dude. Like busted through the window, dude. That was awesome.
And another classic, going back to the beginning, making it modern is what I understand they're going to be doing. Is one of my favorite movies as a kid, which was Witchboard.
Whoa, they're remaking Witchboard, dude.
Wow.
That's the buzz up here. So
Woo, that'll be good.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool. And can you imagine doing a movie like that with the effects we got today?
Hey,
Dude, that'd
yeah,
be so good.
That's incredible. Incredible.
Well, you know, a friend of ours, he's been on the show. He's a director. His name is Billy Pond. He actually put his name in several times for the Halloween films. And, of course, I mean, obviously he didn't get picked for it. But he's been trying to get one of those films for years. And the one he really wants to do is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He's
Man,
like,
tell him to holler at me if he's one of your people, because I got the brand new movie, and I've got the whole story, and we're in the midst of writing the script. But tell him to holler at Smo, because
I will, because he's great. Look up. He's got a few films out right now, like
The Dead,
Circus of the Dead is one.
Doll Boy,
and he's working on a horror western right now.
Tell him to holler at me, man. I've got a movie that I wrote, Circus of the Dead. Okay. Ooh, it's got a FNAF SL song.
Yes.
Okay, I want to listen to that.
But Billy's an awesome dude, man, and he's really good at what he does. But yeah, I'll hit him up tonight and tell him to give you a holler.
Yeah, say, hey, look, Smo's got a fucking movie. I don't want to talk about it on the show because I don't want to give the idea away. But me and my wife started a couple years ago, actually during the pandemic, we started writing the novel of the story together, and it's an epic fucking story. It's like a 3-generational fucking story. It could very well turn into a franchise. But
I remember when you were saying you were writing the script, and then me and Justin, of course, said if you ever need us, we're there.
I'm telling you, we're on to something.
I can bring the pretty.
You can bring the pretty, buddy. You can. You'll be the beautiful guy in the corner.
Yeah. That's what I usually am, beautiful guy in the corner. However, it's very Blair Witch, because that's where I'm standing. Is kind of facing this
facing
really
the corner like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit! Nah, dude. Yeah, I'll definitely get him hooked up with you.
This is great, man. It sounds like you've got a lot of things, sticking in the oven right now. You got stuff burning, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm doing good right now. I've got a few songs that are about to drop. I've got it's all feature stuff. The Tennessee Titans. I don't know if y'all are a fan of the football team.
I am a fan of football, but not really the Titans, man, because I'm from I'm the Saints, so.
Yeah, of course. Well, being here in Tennessee, I'm not really into football too much, but I'm a Titans fan just because. And I got the theme song that I wrote for the Titans coming out next month on the 19th. It's called Titan Time.
Oh, dude, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, super excited about that. Couple more features. I think one next week. I did a song with this guy called Brass Fingers.
Nice.
And he's a producer and a rapper. We did a song called Country Baby. Has his wife singing on the hook. Shot the video here at the farm, so I'll probably start pushing out the promos for it at the first of the week. Video turned out really good. It's got me and my wife in it together, so
nice.
Family
in the projects, I like that.
Yeah, like in Small Town, I had my wife, my kids, my mom. They were all in it.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's a cool video, by the way, man. I really did dig it.
I directed that.
Wow, good job.
Yeah, man, I'd love to come back on at the first of the year, man. Let's circle back and talk about everything. We'll talk about movies.
Let's do it, and we'll get Billy to contact you and see what can come about that.
Smo, look, you can come on anytime you want, man. You want to come on tomorrow, you can come on tomorrow. You can come co-host the show with me if you want sometimes. I don't care. Come on, man. Come hang out.
Look, if you do come to Oklahoma, I'll tell you, I am emceeing, hosting an event out there. It's the Cannabis Cup. It's called the Cowboy Cup. It's a big deal. Also a judge on the indoor flower for that. So it's over 160 entries on that.
That's
so I
fucking
got to
cool.
test a lot of that. Hard job.
So you guys are out of Tennessee, or y'all back in Tennessee?
We're back and forth. We go to Oklahoma every week, pretty much.
Okay. I just want to say, me and my wife had a vacation to Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah, it was a couple.
Sorry, I was going into an old
I
song.
know you were. I know what you were doing. It was about 6 months ago or so. We had a little vacation out in Tennessee, man, and we both fell in love with the area, dude. It's awesome.
Such a nice place.
It is,
I love
man. We went up in the mountains and shit, and came. It was fantastic. Loved it.
Man, you just go up there and enjoy the scenery. You don't have to defecate everywhere you go, bro.
I'm sorry, I had to put some shit somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, well, look, man. Well, feel free to come back anytime you like.
Oh well, thank you. Appreciate you.
Keep the light on for you.
All right, was it Paul Baudet or some shit like that? I can't remember his name.
Well, keep the light on for you.
Well, I tell you what, man. Tell these people out here your website address and all that good shit, so they can go out there and visit you on your site.
Make sure that you follow me on my website. Fuck social media. Facebook is a scam. Even though I do post on there, it's just a bunch of fucking haters. Or there's some really sweet people on there. But if you got to dig through the haters to get to the sweet people, it's like eating through shit to get to chocolate.
Exactly.
Instagram is where I don't post a lot because I think that it should just be for DMs. It's like a side email kind of.
Yep.
And your stories are kind of like your advertisements and stuff. So it's all the same thing. It's all the Real Big Smo. And I don't even go by Big Smo anymore. I just go by Smo. So all of my stuff, though, is the Real Big Smo, all lowercase, all one word, or 4 words that are no space. But where you really want to find me at is my website, therealbigsmo.com. Or you can go to find all my stuff at Smomart. Go shop on my stuff at smomart.com. Nice. We do a blog on our website. We try to be more interactive on our website than our socials, but it's hard because nobody will come to our website because they're all socials.
Preach, brother. I've tried for years. It's so hard to get people to go to your website. It's ridiculous.
It's hard, but I got a really cool website and it's really easy. At least go and check it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing virtual meet and greets. So you can schedule a virtual meet and greet. If you're a fan, for $25 and we can Zoom. And I it's a hang. I smoke weed and talk to my fans on.
That's fucking cool, man. And you do Cameo too. Don't forget that.
Yeah. And I do Cameo. It is what it is. People like the virtual meet and greets better because it's real personal, you know what I'm saying? And I just sit in my vocal booth, same place I am now, my podcast stuff, and just talk to people. And I got people that hit me up, instead of paying the $100 consultant fee, there's some smart people that have figured out that they can get the info they need from me in 5 to 10 minutes for $25. So they're I've got these people that keep hitting me up for these virtual meet and greets that are just they're getting fucking 25-minute consultant sessions for I'll just talk. Once we get to talking, man, I'll just sit there. It's 30 minutes. I'm whoa, motherfucker, it's supposed to be 5 minutes.
Well, it's all right though, man. You cool.
Yeah, I like talking to my people. So, but yeah, let's come back together and do this. But everybody go check me out. YouTube, Smo Motion TV. Just Google me. I'll pop up.
Oh man, you heard it here first. Go to the Google.
That's right. Google
on the.
Go Google yourself. But man, thank you again, dude. You're always welcome on this show, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry, my kid popped in for a second. But anyway, awesome. like I was saying, man, you're always welcome on the show. You know that. Your family out here, we consider you part of us, and we're just glad you come back on whenever you got your stuff done.
Thanks. I appreciate it, guys. And I appreciate you having me on, and I look forward to us talking again soon.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Look forward to the tour, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I was your host, Wayne.
I'm the Rum Guy.
I'm just Smo.
And as always, remember to keep it metal! Yeah!
That's it.